When you're building your resume, education usually follows work history. If you're a recent graduate, then no. Or if you've got like a recent certificate that's pretty cool and very relevant, then you can move that up. You can even move it to a highlights section, for example. So it kind of just depends, but usually education comes at the bottom. List all degrees, certifications, and courses that you have attained. Whoa, a big question mark popped up. You don't necessarily want to do that. You can come across as overqualified very easily. You know, if they're looking for somebody who's got a bachelor's degree, but you've got a PhD and you put that down, whoa, this guy's, you know, he's not going to be happy here. He's going to bail for a better position as soon as he gets a chance. You don't want to come across as other qualified either. A degree in fine arts, oh, she's going to go get that museum job as soon as that opens up, so let's not hire her. So be selective about what you're putting down education-wise. I would only give them maybe one step up from what they're asking. Even then, think about it. If they're asking for somebody with an AA degree and you've got a bachelor degree, that's probably okay. But if they're looking for somebody with a bachelor degree but you've got a master's degree, think very carefully about whether you want to include that or not. And if you're like me, you've got a degree in history, nobody wants that, but they may think I want to run off and be a school teacher or something, so I just need to leave, BA, don't tell them what my major was. It can't work against me. And again, highest level attained, not necessarily. Not if it's going to make you come across as overqualified. Or other-qualified, yeah. All part of giving them what they want and being selective with the information. You're not making up a degree you don't have. You're just not telling them about a degree you do have, because there's no law that says you have to tell everything. You're not signing a resume like you are an application. This is kind of review. References are usually not listed on the resume. I've heard some people argue the other way, but it's usually when they've got some fancy famous person as one of their references. Yes, if Bill Gates is one of your references, go ahead and put it on your resume. I wouldn't see why you need a resume if Bill Gates is in your corner though, but that would be about the only time I would recommend that. But still, make sure you're doing the proper stuff with your references. Have that on a separate sheet of paper, and bring it with you when you're called into an interview. Power words. So we've talked about that a lot. We're going to get into it again here because it's really important on your resume and your cover letter. Tells employers what you can do. I'll show you an example of what I mean here by, it's in the past tense, but you're going to try to switch to that ing form to make it sound more active and energetic. Look for words and phrases that are repeated more than once in the job announcement. Those are the key words and phrases. You gotta have those. I would almost say in proportion to how many times they mention it. If they mention it several times, maybe you in one way or another want to have it in there a couple times. Without repeating, that's the tricky part. Some really bad bullet points, all right? Very short, not very informative, responsible for, so remember that's that negative chore-like language. Able to answer the phone, congratulations, I can pick up a phone. How can we make this any better? So let's look at some examples. So, of course, switching to the past tense is more natural in resumes. I know some people say, you don't need to, machines probably don't care, but it'll be weird and awkward to a lot of HR people if you're using the present tense for past jobs. So switch to the past, maintained, I put a number. That's really important. Not just maintained accounts receivable, but 2,000 accounts. Oh, by the way, I used this cool software that I did some Google research, and I know you guys use too. To design, so that's a good word. Implement, another good verb. New record-keeping system, improved from 30 to 25 days. Oh, I'm saving 5 days of time and money with my cool skills. Responsible for filing, bad. Let's replace that with managed. Managed files and filing system. Design, that's a lot better than responsible for. Reorganized. And here's where I switch to some of that ing form. So reorganized filing system, allowing sales reps to blah, blah, blah. significantly reducing numbers of lost and misplaced files. So if you can switch to that ing form in your bullets, it just sounds a little more potent, might be a good word for that. Active. Able to, that's not good. There's a verb right there. Why don't we use that? Answered. And I'm giving them a number. 100 plus telephone calls per day. Oh, again, dropping that cool software. Switching to the ing there. Ability to type. Well, again, we got a verb right there. Let's do that. Typed 90 plus words per minute without errors. So that's saying something now. Routinely did the work of 2 admin assistants. I am like superpowered, equal to 2 normal admin assistants. Helped others complete typing. Substituted for office staff on vacation. Stuff like that that shows, you don't need to slow operations. I can step in and keep the workflow going. The companies love that kind of stuff. So whatever you can do to kind of make those not so good bullet points into outstanding bullet points. Another way to think about making good bullet points, we like to call the PAR method. Most bullet points, they only talk about the actions you took, the chores you did, the tasks you handled. Describe what you did, like we saw. Answered the phone, processed accounts. That's not going to be good enough. It's going to be blah. It doesn't tell us anything. If you can add results, something you can quantify, made $1 million in sales, handled 1,500 customer accounts, or who knows what it is. That's pretty good. If you stop right there, action and results with most of your bullet points, that'll be a really good resume. If you can also, though, talk about the problem you were solving with that action, you can make it into a gold-plated, stellar bullet point. So identify the responsibility or issue that you resolved. So think about your past work experience and just a task that you did and try to answer why were they having me do that. I'm sure it wasn't just they like paying me to do some pointless work. There was a reason for it. What was the reason? Try to reconstruct that. And if you can put that reason down, this is what I did for them. This is really what I did. This is the problem I solved. That's going to be a really good bullet point. So here's an example. So maybe I'm trying to get a marketing manager job and my bullet just says, created a new marketing plan. Whoop-de-doo. All right, everybody who applies for this job has at least done that. What does that mean though? Maybe I was like stapling flyers up on power poles. Here's my marketing plan. Let's add to that. Okay, cool. The increased new sales by $200,000. If I left it at that, that's not a bad bullet point. If most of my bullet points are like that, pretty darn good. But if just a couple of times throughout that resume, a couple of times up in the highlights section, or the first bullet under each previous position, I can add the problem that I've solved, that's a standout bullet point. Worked with a struggling startup that was about to close its doors. Created a new marketing plan that increased new sales by $200,000. So I didn't just make money, I saved that company. I kept them in business, and they never gave me stock options.